Hi, how's it going? Welcome back. I wanted to try something a little new today. I wanted to talk to you about my diet. Okay, guess which one it is? Guess. If you said vegetarian, then you are correct. So, yes, I've been a vegetarian for about 2 years now. It took about 6 months for me to fully transition. For every food I knew I was gonna miss a lot, like chicken fingers and sushi and barbecue, I had a ceremonial farewell meal for every single one. So don't worry, they will be missed, but I used to go into food comas a lot. I used to have really low energy, and those are eliminated after going vegetarian. So I'm making this video because I wanted to tell you about something I do struggle with, which is sugar. Sugar is a major weakness for me, and I also have a skin condition. I have eczema, and I've had it my entire life. So my history on eczema is that it's been an issue forever, and I've tried so many remedies, weird oatmeal bath soaks, and so many lotions and creams and medications. The latest I was on was using cortisone cream when it was not flaring up badly, and I think you say it clobetasol, but it's a steroid cream, super gnarly. I would put that on when it was flaring up badly, but I'd pretty much always be having some sort of medication on my skin. So I later learned that all of these steroid creams and everything actually are just suppressants. They're not fixing the problem whatsoever. They're almost making it worse. They're just covering up the symptoms when the cause of it is still flaring up. And on top of that, it's thinning my skin. So I would still be scratching and be uncomfortable, but then it would thin my skin. And this just puts a lot of wear and tear on my body. I was started to go through therapy to learn how to cope with everything life throws at you. And I later was convinced that my rashes were completely psychosomatic, meaning they were stress triggered and from past traumas, which I have learned can be a symptom from trauma. So I went off all my medication and I just let them live. I figured that it would be best to get to know them, know what triggers them, and how they're actually living on my body to best find out how to get rid of them or get to the root cause. I did go and get my blood work done to see what I'm allergic to, and they said all I'm allergic to is grass. So my skin is really uncomfortable, and I'm finally deciding that it's time for me to take another further step with something that I do have the power to change in my life, which is my diet. I know, I always have known that sugar is no good for you, but I have a major sweet tooth. Sugar, candy, cake, ice cream, you name it, I love it. And I have also been learning that sugar is one of the major poisons that we have right now. It lowers your metabolism, it can overload your liver, it is bad for your skin, it can cause cancer eventually even. So I am deciding to finally take the steps to eliminate sugar from my diet, see how my body responds to it. So I found this program of eliminating sugar from your diet, and they kind of ease into eliminating the sugar, but they said it's more effective when you just go cold turkey at first. You're gonna deal with some agitation maybe and some cravings, but it'll go a lot easier after that. So I'm gonna walk you through what this program is and see if you'd want to join me in it. I'll also be documenting what I'm eating and what my reactions are. Let's go into it. For the first 3 days, you're just gonna go cold turkey, take out all the sugar. This is a skill that I've really developed while being vegetarian, is reading the nutrition labels. I know that you don't wanna be that person, but you will be so much more empowered and informed. I actually don't know a whole lot about reading the numbers of the nutrition label, but I'm all about reading the ingredients. When you read the ingredients, the first ingredients are what is most in this product. Sometimes people I know just look at the numbers saying, oh, how many grams of protein? And that is helpful to know, but it is also super important to know where they're coming from. So there's different kinds of sugar. There's the processed sugars and our white and brown sugars, coconut sugars, anything processed, not naturally occurring. Also in our maple syrups, agave syrups, brown rice syrups, honey, those are very, very high in sugar. The only good sugar for you really is fructose, which naturally occurs in fruit, and that's pretty much impossible to overdo on. So when you do look at your ingredients, it could say 15 grams of sugar in this orange drink, but if you look at the ingredients and it says fresh squeezed orange juice, then you know that's going to be a different type of sugar than if it says high fructose corn syrup and orange coloring and fruit flavor. That's way different, even though the number 15 grams of sugar is exactly the same. So the first 3 days, I'm going to be taking out all added sugars, no more macarons, no more ice cream, and taking out all fruits for the first 3 days, no fruit, no starchy vegetables like your yams. Yes, she got yams. Straight out the can. And no corn. For some reason, I thought corn was a grain, but I guess it's a starchy vegetable, so whatever. Also, take out your dairy. Take out all grains, so no rice, no quinoa, even though it sounds super healthy, and no alcohol. So then day 4, for the rest of the week, you can add 1 apple a day and 1 dairy thing. I already don't do the dairy, so I don't know, maybe 2 apples, we'll see. And then you can start adding your higher sugar vegetables like carrots and snow peas. You can also do 1 serving of high fiber cracker. Now I eat this really high fiber bread from Costco called Dave's Killer Bread. So good, it's high in protein, and it also has all these nuts and like superfood grains. I think that'll count instead of a high fiber cracker. And they also said you can have 3 glasses of wine in the first week. I don't actually really drink 3 glasses of wine in a week, but since they're putting it on this menu, I might as well go for it. So now we'll go into week 2, and week 2 you can add your berries like blackberries, blueberries, and you can start adding your starchy vegetables. So bring your yams back in, potatoes. Okay, so then week 3, you're gonna start adding your grains in. So barley, quinoa. Adding these other stuff in is gonna be way easier because you can start meal prepping more easily. And then you can start eating more fruit and 1 ounce of dark chocolate a day, which I'm stoked about because I'm about that like 85-90% dark chocolate lovers bar at Trader Joe's right here. And they still said red wine, so I mean, if you insist. And now the week 4, final week, they said this is gonna be most similar to how your ideal diet should be if you want to be eliminating processed sugars from your life. So you can have 2 starches a day. That's like your breads, yes, and your rice, your chocolate, your veggies, your red wine. So that's the 1 month. I think that this is gonna be doable. I already don't drink soda. I don't even eat ice cream a whole lot, but man, I just ate like 4 macarons the other day. I definitely think my biggest weakness though is snacking on carby things like pretzels, saltine crackers, especially in the car when I'm driving. I really like to binge eat on those or when I'm stress eating. All of that to say, I'm gonna start this in about a week. I'll be posting on my Instagram some of my recipes and how it's going. I am really hoping that my body responds well to it. Let me know if you have any of these similar problems in your life. I can bond over this. And if you're not ready to start this yet, you can always reference back to this video. I'm just figuring it out 1 day at a time. I am wishing us all the highest health. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and much love.